WWE is considered by many the dream land of the wrestling and sports entertainment world. Superstars around the world dream to play in the biggest league and take years to reach their objective and sign a contract with World Wrestling Entertainment. However, WWE is also a rising talent seeker and claims to call various numbers of superstars the next best thing. We can think of names like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and clearly Brock Lesnar, and on the recent side of things, even guys like Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns were dubbed the next big thing before they reached that star status. Today, however, I want to focus more on a brand new superstar that many of you have never heard of until now. And while NXT is currently breeding guys like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, and Cameron Grimes, there's one guy currently on the brand that is less known than all of them, but in my eyes has future star written all over him. That guy would be Charlie Dempsey, and this is his story. Since its opening in July 2013, the WWE Performance Center has been in charge of being the cradle for future stars of the wrestling company. Several talents that excel in programs like Raw or SmackDown took their first steps inside the building in Orlando, Florida, being able to see their progress through programs like NXT and NXT Level Up. One of the male students who recently started his time at WWE is Bailey Matthews. The Blackpool-born man is one of 3 children of the professional wrestling legend William Regal and is currently being developed in the development territory of the company under the name of Charlie Dempsey. To understand this unknown, we must go back to the beginning of 2018. Contrary to what usually happens with the children of big-name competitors, Dempsey decided to come down from the bottom up and provide his first appearances on the UK independent scene. He took his first steps in the company All Star Wrestling based in London. This company was founded by Brian Dixon in 1970, in which he gave names of international significance such as Finn Balor, P.D. Williams, Bryan Danielson, among others, the opportunity to face talented UK wrestlers. One of them was Dempsey, who took advantage of the pre-pandemic instance to provide matches that to this day are an example of his ability. In his first match, Dempsey fought against the former NXT UK champion Tyler Bate, where he put on a pretty formidable show and showed many people what he is capable of doing, what he promises to do, and much more. You could say the new WWE signing gave a heads up that he's here to achieve incredible things, keep his father's name up, and make a difference. Many fans were surprised by Charlie Dempsey's NXT appearance. In 2021, the Blackpool native committed to a developmental deal with NXT UK. He worked as an enhancement talent up until September of the same year, where he was reintroduced as a member of Die Familie. Following the decision to discontinue NXT UK by the WWE, Charlie Dempsey moved to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. He was one of the select group of NXT UK athletes who moved to the United States after the brand's demise earlier in that year. In light of this, WWE plans to relaunch NXT UK as NXT Europe. On the developmental brands broadcast from August 23, 2022, Charlie Dempsey made his NXT debut. The kid wrestler was introduced as a guest instructor that Andre Chase had brought along for the Chase U's trip to the UK. The students at Chase University, however, found Dempsey's teaching strategies to be quite forceful. Mr. Chase then reprimanded him for using wrestling holds to physically harm his students. Even Thea Hale, Mr. Chase's top student, disliked Dempsey. On December 6, 2022, Drew Gulak unexpectedly made an appearance on NXT. The match between Dempsey and Hank Waller, who was given an NXT contract by Shawn Michaels personally, was keenly observed by the former Cruiserweight champion. On the most recent episode of the show, Hank watched Gulak's invitation from inside the ring. Gulak went on to instruct Hank in the art of grappling before becoming combative with his final opponent. Dempsey cut off the discussion and challenged Gulak to a match. Hank Waller stepped in and cautioned Gulak to avoid the trap. Walker vs. Dempsey will instead take place on the NXT New Year's Evil program airing on January 10th of 2023. 2023 may be one of the most exciting years of Dempsey's career. The return of his father, William Regal, to the WWE Performance Center can provide a class tutor for the young competitor, who's beginning to take his steps towards the stellar planes and positions himself as one of the next upcoming guys to get pushed heavily on NXT, with the main roster run definitely being a plan for the future. What do you guys think about Charlie Dempsey and his NXT run thus far? Let me know in the comment section down below.